Hello, and welcome to day 2 of Asia Oceania Trackmania Championship for 2022. Uh, there's some skip frames, but I think that was fine. I mean, this is of course still recording because I'm not part of the official thing, so it'll be a bit dumb not to stream. I mean, not to stream the thing when I'm not supposed to. But yeah, This is probably gonna be the only match I'll be doing for day 2 because I think for the next few matches it'll be like one per stage. So yep, this is gonna be the only match that will be covered by me because no one else is recording. The French cast by Geek is covering the winners bracket final, and so is the main cast. While the season 1-4 for the Indonesian caster is doing LBQ1. So I'm covering LBQ2, which consists of the the three Turkish players we have in this competition this season, Huso and Daddy.tm, and we have our very own curse player, Lvyathan from Indonesia, and Kimi from China. So yeah, very interesting. Like, it's again probably the first time a Chinese player has already competed in this competition. So it'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen next. As we start off our first map, which is Edamame's Entwine. So let's see how this goes as we start off the first round. At the moment, Daddy and Huso, not surprising, are already in front, followed by Lvyathan and Kimi. I would say this map is all about consistency. If you don't, Lvyathan only has to release, so he's probably not prepared just yet. Hopefully he'll prepare, but this is where the shenanigans will kick in. But looks like everyone went through the chicane just fine. Daddy and Huso very close. Kimi going for interesting line there, trying to close the gap out, and Lvyathan definitely needs some warm up because he's nowhere near at the moment. At the moment, Huso is currently in the lead, followed by Daddy.tm, and oh, there's a bit of mistake. Who's gonna finish? And that's a great round. Daddy.tm managed to finish that first round in first place, followed by Huso by only 200ths of a second. Kimi getting that third spot. Again, not a good start by Indonesia's Lvyathan, but yeah, it does seem that he might need a bit more warm-up at the moment. As they say, first round, only warm-up in ranked matches. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next round. The ATM seems to have a better start this time. Huso, again, not that far behind. And Daddy.tm makes a huge error there, therefore Huso now takes the overall lead. Lvyathan is not that far behind, but considering the expected pace difference, Huso might be able to take this one. But again, some people are already struggling with the bobsleigh, which seems to be catching a lot of people up due to the new physics. Can Lvyathan catch it up? Nope, looks like Huso should be able to get 10 points despite the best efforts of Lvyathan. 10 points for him. The ATM only 5 points this time, and Kimi gonna finish. He should be able to. And there you go, Kimi with that 3 points. So a good recovery from Lvyathan there, getting 7 points. So getting into the 2-digit mark, while Kimi will now drop to last place. Can Lvyathan carry this momentum? We'll wait and see, as the only representative Curse pretty much carrying the hopes of the team, because it's a bit unfortunate that Pixels and Lvyathan were in the same match in yesterday's. Oh god, two people actually clipped, both Lvyathan and Kimi actually clipped that portion, and therefore the two Turkish players are gonna run away with this one. It's just a matter of which Turkish player is it gonna be? Huso taking the safe line, Daddy.tm definitely risking it at the moment. It looks like Huso should be able to get this one pretty comfortably, it seems. Yep, no. Yeah, that happened because Huso had to respawn, and Kimi is actually the one getting second place instead ahead of Lvyathan. Huso with that unfortunate flight off the bobsleigh and into that finish instead. Not even inside, it was outside of it. So unfortunate there, Huso to get only 3 points. But that means that the ATM is running away with that 5-point lead. There's still one more round to go in this first map of the match. Huso's got so tilted that he's made a mistake, and so did Lvyathan. Lvyathan even worse mistake, and now surprisingly Kimi is now coming ahead for China. Very interesting. Can he keep the momentum though? Because as I said, the pace difference is going to be huge. So Daddy.tm is only 5 tenths behind. So anything can still happen. So any points for Kimi at this, like big points for Kimi, could be beneficial in the long run. Daddy.tm probably looking to just get that 7 points because he already has a farm over Huso, who is actually not that far behind at the moment. Yeah, not that far. In fact, he's going to overtake him. Kimi wins it. And Huso narrowly overtakes Daddy.tm for that second spot. Lvyathan again with only 3 points. So not a good first map for the Curse player. Hopefully he can warm up enough for the next one. The next map, sorry. And the next map is Stokescreen by Zepna_TM. Right, gonna have that 1 minute warm up yet again. As you probably can clearly tell from the open planet thing I have on the bottom left, I've actually did try this map before. Yeah, I mean, this map isn't actually even too bad. It's perfectly playable, even for the likes of me. But yeah, it's like telling that I'll only spend like 1 second or something. I don't know. No, it's not 1 second. I think it's a minute, but I can't be sure. But yeah, going to the points at the moment. Daddy.tm has a 3-point lead over Huso, 30 to 27. Kimi actually not that far behind. As I said, that last round win in Stoke. Sorry, not Stoke's win. The Entwine, yeah, there we go. Entwine, right? Has brought him back into play actually. So don't discount Kimi just said. But Lvyathan needs to win a few rounds to get himself back into contention. If you didn't know, it's all 100 points limit throughout this competition until the grand final, which is 120 points. Alright, here we go. Starting off on the second map, Stokescreen. See who can get out the blocks fast enough. Lvyathan seem to have a pretty decent start as they go through that outside dirt, which yup, some people aren't a fan of. Looking at you, might be Malaysia. Not playing in this competition, unfortunately, because he even though he did try the maps himself, but oh well. I mean, it's up to the players whether they want to play or not. Lvyathan actually doing well on this map at the moment. Daddy.tm going for the outer line. Lvyathan taking a very tight line that actually will make him lose first position to Daddy.tm at the moment. Huso is actually it's been pretty close so far. Huso actually now quite behind Lvyathan at the moment. As we go to that final section, it's quite neck and neck for second place, and Daddy.tm did get first place, but Lvyathan almost lost second to Huso. Kimi was only 7 tenths, but it doesn't matter. It was last place in that round. So Daddy.tm now extending that gap to Huso to 8 points. Lvyathan was good for the majority of that map until that last few turns. So hopefully he'll learn from that and we'll try to rectify that. By the moment, he seems to have already made a meal of the start. Already in the last place. Well, the Daddy.tm has crashed. Daddy.tm has crashed on the outside dirt. Kimi has flown into the checkpoint and now that leaves Huso at the top. But Huso almost crashed and had to release as a result. And the Lvyathan goes white there. Not sure that's the white line, but it was enough to overtake Huso for that first spot. It's all down to that last few turns. Can he maintain that speed through that last sector? It looks like he should be able, but he overdrifts that last turn and that gives Huso the win. Unfortunately, Daddy.tm in third place and Kimi should be able to finish with... Oh, he's even going to take the safe win. Unlucky for Lvyathan. He should have won that, but he overdrifted in that last corner, therefore giving that win to Huso. That is good news for Huso because he closes the gap to Daddy.tm by 3 points. Close margins, right? Close margins. Anyway, here we go. Third round. And then who was that clipping? That was Huso again. Huso's actually dropping the ball on this one. Not really being consistent. I mean, oh, and Kimi now crashes as well. So it's up to Lvyathan to stop Daddy from winning this round at the moment. What's Lvyathan doing? They're all making mistakes at the moment, so I don't know if they haven't had their coffee or not or something, because... Oh, goodness me, now Huso has crashed into that wall. quite absurd what's happening right here, though. It's now Kimi now is in second. Daddy.tm seems to be weathering the storm just fine. And is looking to get yet another 10 points unless something happens in this last sector. Kimi is actually going for it right now. If you go to his point of view, can he get enough speed? Not enough, unfortunately, by only 800s. Daddy did win that round. Lvyathan in third place, and Huso was a lengthy fourth place behind. Yeah, Huso's really dropping the ball because right now the gap is now gone to 10 points. And I would say Huso's in danger of losing that second place. But we still got one more round of Stoke Swain, so maybe there's a chance for redemption, like how Kimi did in that last one, the previous map, and Twine. So Kimi now with that great lead at the moment, a great start. Huso currently in second place for Lvyathan. Then Kimi hits the wall thanks to the outsider, and now Huso Lvyathan take over the lead as it stands right now. Huso might be getting that time points that he really needs at the moment. Taking that white line again, but gets good downhill speed and therefore overtakes Huso. And unlucky there, he touches the wall again, but still maintains a second spot. It looks like Daddy.tm might be able to catch him up at the moment. Daddy.tm, who's gonna get second place? Nope, the two Turkish players ends up in 1 and 2, and that's not good news for Lvyathan or Kimi because the Turkish players, they seem to be very likely to move on to the lower bracket final. But it's still a long way to go. As I said, I've seen Lvyathan in his Trackmania Esports, and yeah, it could very well change. But I'm not having my hopes up because of that expected pace difference between the Turkish players and the other two, Lvyathan and Kimi. But here we go. This is novel by Womi and Clear Vision. I'm not sure why Clear Vision's name just doesn't appear there, but it was actually a co-op between Womi and Clear Vision. As I said, the map was initially for a different competition, but it was not used in the end. So the organizers actually did ask them to make like a separate and shorter version of this track, which they did. There was a bit of history behind it before the competition. They had to fix a checkpoint around where those three players just went through. Other than that, it's all good. Dandy. So yeah, this will be where people might crash because they might not take the right optimal line through that sector. The other change that the okay, that's Lvyathan. Come on, I'm trying to show people what they are doing. Like this, they had to block off a few things at the snow, even though of course snow already slows you down. But that wasn't really on the organizer's fault. The makers of the map wanted to make the map a little bit difficult. And of course, don't forget about the water sector, that, you know, that moment where Lvyathan and Pixels were neck and neck and were only separated by the Alpha bar. But here we go, novel by Womi. Let's see what's gonna happen. Did someone just went wide on the left? Who was that? That was Daddy not focusing at all and actually went wide. So it's Kimi and Lvyathan, the surprise leaders at the moment for this first round. So neck and neck, Kimi and Lvyathan, they make it through that sector safe and sound. Also, the two Turkish players are nowhere to be seen anymore. Lvyathan having a better line, but because it has more side angle, Kimi takes over the lead again. But again, it's still far from over because we still have that wall sector as well. Kimi now going through the back section, still in first place. Huso and Daddy are very, very far behind. Yeah, these two players are in no chance getting caught up but to them unless something happens in that wall sector. Looks like Kimi should take 10 points, in fact, followed by Lvyathan, Huso, and Daddy.tm. A good start for the top two. They really need the points to catch up back to the Turkish players. So now closes the gap to 5 points to Daddy.tm. Go on to the next round. Lvyathan with again another start. It seems like the Turkish players are kind of struggling. As I say that, Daddy.tm is actually in the lead. Sorry, I didn't notice him. And what's the Lvyathan doing? Oh, it's a bit of fiesta. Actually, I'm not sure what's happening. Oh no, Lvyathan should have respawned when he knew he had the bad optimal line. Daddy.tm also made a mistake, but he's not that far behind. So Kimi again might just be winning this round because Huso doesn't seem to be enjoying, but he hits the wall really badly. And it looks like Huso should be able to overtake him just fine. And this might be a valuable 10 points for the Turkish player from IB. Impact Blue, I think they're called. Sorry about that if I don't get it wrong. But as long as he doesn't clip this should be a win for Huso. And he gets it. Kimi and Daddy were second and third. And Lvyathan, unfortunately, with a bit of forever on his part, only gets 3 points. Yep, a valuable 10 points for Huso now, because that would mean that he in fact overtakes Daddy.tm. Oh no, in fact it's tied right now, but he's obviously ahead thanks to that round win. Not alphabet, don't worry. It's not the alphabet, guys, come on. But anyway, here we go, another round to start off. Again, the Turkish players not really having the best starts on this one. Bit of fiesta on this one, but looks like Lvyathan has rectified that mistake. Right, looking good for the Indonesian player at the moment. Daddy.tm is not that far behind though. So is Kimi as well. Kimi actually quite far now. Huso's really struggling with this, man. In fact, Kimi actually respawned, so he's already behind Huso as well. Where did Daddy.tm go? Daddy.tm also apparently crashed. So Lvyathan, as long as he plays safe, should be able to take that 10 points. Yeah, you can clearly tell these players don't really like this map because the consistency is just nowhere to be found. And Lvyathan should be able to take it, followed by Huso, Daddy.tm, I think, yeah, and Kimi finishing at 3 points. Yep, very surprising win again. I think that's actually the first time Lvyathan actually won a round, so that's good news for him. So yeah, Huso now for 2-point lead. Oh, we still have one more round, goodness me. This feels like an eternity for this third map, goodness me. But yeah. Kimi with a pretty poor start, going again wide. Lvyathan in the lead at the moment. Daddy.tm definitely doing better this time around. Can he maintain it though through this very wonky section? Oh no, Lvyathan took too low of a line and he's definitely out of the running. Unfortunate for the Indonesian player. Huso is, I don't know, he's probably not liking this map, but yeah, at the moment since Daddy.tm and Kimi crashes again and now the two Turkish players are gonna win. In fact, Huso has already overtaken Daddy.tm. And it doesn't look like he'll be stopped anytime soon. Yep, this map is quite brutal, I would say, because one crash and it's over. Despite the poor lines from Huso in the finish, Huso takes it by 6/10 over Daddy.tm. Kimi in third place and Lvyathan should be able to finish. There's still enough time. But he even takes a second finish. Yep, not good news. Huso and Daddy are already into the 80-point mark. Way past that, in fact. So yeah, this map, sorry, not this map, this match might just be over even before we reach the 5th map. But you know, it remains to be seen what map we're gonna get for the 4th one. It's Sunny Outside by also excuse me, Adam Mami, obviously casting in the main cast Trackmania, Twitch.tv/Trackmania Esports. They are casting the winners bracket final right now. So it will be interesting to see who will get into the grand final that will be happening later on. As I said, this will be pretty much the final vote on my YouTube channel because I don't know, most likely because I don't think people will be the main cast will be covering the rest of the matches because it's only like really like 3 matches really for the second day after this one. So yeah. So if you guys want to watch VODs of those 3 matches later on, you might have to look elsewhere, unfortunately. But don't worry, we'll be going through the other 2 matches that happen at the same time, the results of it after this match ends. So yep, Sunny Outside by Adam Mami. I've actually played a few times, as you can clearly tell from the Open Planet plugin. I only got silver so far though, because yeah, it's actually a pretty difficult map to get right. But I think it's compared to like the other competitive maps, so right, I guess. But anyway, here we go. Huso starting us off for Sunny Outside. He needs to win at least 2 rounds to get into finalist mode. I mean, he just needs to win 1 really, and then just finishes the other. Because what he wants to do is to try to finish ahead of Daddy.tm as much as possible that he can get to finalist mode as quickly as possible. But at the moment, Lvyathan and Daddy.tm are very neck and neck at the moment. Lvyathan apparently air breaks there, so loses out quite a bit to Huso and loses out that second spot. Daddy.tm nowhere to be found at the moment. It's now between the two Turkish players on who's gonna finish first in this round. Daddy Huso, Daddy, not sure what's happened there, but he's flown, and that gives second and third to Lvyathan and Kimi. Not sure what happened there, but it looks like he might have clipped the edge in that sausage block. Unlucky for Daddy.tm. And that means that Huso just needs to legit finish just to get into finals mode. A huge blow to Daddy.tm's chances, but again, the odds are stacked against the other two players, Lvyathan and Kimi, because they really need to win a few rounds to get themselves back into, like, to give themselves a chance to get into the lower bracket final. Lvyathan's trying to answer to that call right now. He's now second place behind Huso. In fact, where is the ATM? The ATM is nowhere to be found because Kimi is also with Lvyathan as it stands. Yeah, Daddy.tm has a mare of a start and he's already in 6 seconds behind the pack at the moment, so we're not gonna be looking back at him at the moment. And Kimi takes too much risk and hits that outside dirt movement again. So it's now down to Huso and Lvyathan for their first spot. Will Lvyathan suffer? Oh, Huso actually goes wide. It might give a chance for Lvyathan to catch up. But is it gonna be enough? Lvyathan should be able to get their first place and does so by only 900ths of a second. Kimi should be finishing third and Daddy.tm be finishing that. And there he goes. 3 points. Unfortunate already for Daddy.tm because he's been getting 3 points in 2 rounds in a row. Great amount of points for Lvyathan though, because he's already up to 82 points as Huso now reaches finalist mode. All Huso needs to do is to get that first spot and he is through to the lower bracket final. Let's see, can Huso clear it out by the 4th map or will we see some shenanigans? It's still pretty neck and neck at the moment. Who's that? That's behind. It looks like Kimi's languishing a bit behind the pack. And Daddy's taking a huge risk there and actually gets it. A huge speed boost down to this engine off section. And, well, no. In fact, wow, it's actually very close now. And Lvyathan is now the victim of taking too much risk outside it and crashes out. So, Huso now needs to get a hit of Daddy.tm. Who's gonna get it? It's really, really close at the moment. Will Daddy.tm clip again? No, he doesn't, but he should be. And Huso hits the finish, but manages to finish in time. So Daddy.tm denies Huso on the first time asking. So Huso has to do it all over again. And he only has one more chance to do it in this map alone, I think. Daddy.tm just needs to finish again just to get into finalist mode itself. Unless a different person finishes in first place. So yeah, here we go. Second chance for Huso to get into lower bracket final on this map. Looks like Kimi is a bit tilted right now because he's not having the right lines at the moment. Oh no! Both Huso and Kimi have flipped. So it's up to Lvyathan to prevent... Well, Lvyathan's not going to prevent anything, but it's up to Lvyathan to get some valuable points for himself at the moment. In fact, Huso's now already in last place, so he's definitely not going to be able to finish. And Lvyathan goes too wide, and that just gives Huso a chance. Actually, Huso, sorry. Daddy.tm a chance to get that first spot easily. Lvyathan is actually still in second place though, but not that far from Kimi, who should be able to overtake him, I feel like. And Kimi also clips and takes too much risk because he saw that he was too close to Lvyathan, and he actually ends up getting that 7 points he needs. Kimi manages to get 5 points, and Huso, despite finishing, yeah, he needs to win. So 2 times Huso has the chance to win but doesn't do it. So we are into a double finalist mode situation as we move on to the last map of the map pack. And I believe it's Kaluki's map. Trying to remember the name. Let me just think real quick. What was Kaluki's map? Archetype. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to do some mental thing, but no, I can't remember. Oops. Easy. But yeah, here we go. Kaluki. It's all about that ice finish again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you don't, again, as I said in yesterday's VODs, if you can do good in some of the other sections, that's all well and dandy, but the ice sector can make or break your one. So yeah, it's still pretty good. I don't know. I mean, Lvyathan still has a chance to deny, or even Kimi has a chance to deny at least one person from getting into finals mode. What Lvyathan needs to do is to at least be in second place so he can get into finals mode. If he finishes third, it's probably the chances of him sneaking into the low bracket final is quite low. But if he does, a chance of an upset over one of the Turkish players is pretty high as it stands right now. Kimi needs to do the unthinkable yet again. We already seen a few unthinkable comebacks from the other curse player, Pixels.tm. Unfortunately, is already out of the competition from the previous on yesterday's matches. So here we go. It's all or nothing. This is where the match might end right here. Huso Daddy double finals mode. Lvyathan needs to get second place, and Kimi needs to do a very miraculous comeback, get into finals mode. But here we go. Who will falter first? Looks like all that's well and good. Looks like Daddy.tm is well and truly ahead. Daddy.tm actually clips, and Lvyathan is having a good chance of actually getting 10 points even instead of the 7 that he needs right now. Would he take the risk though? Oh, and he took the risk way too much, and now Huso looks like he should be able to win this because, oh, unless Kimi has something to say about that. Kimi is actually going for it, sticking the high line. Did he go to right? No, but he should have more speed here going into the last sector. Daddy now crashes out. Kimi's really sending it. Who is actually gonna get it? Is it Kimi? Is it Huso? It's Huso by only a 10, and that's GG as we get our first person into the lower bracket final. And unfortunately, because Kimi was in second place, Lvyathan needs to actually finish yet again. So luckily for Daddy.tm, all he needs to do is to finish in first place and he should be fine. Unlucky for Lvyathan. It's getting really close, but it's not over yet. So let's see if Kimi manages to win yet again, or will Daddy.tm eventually close this one out. Daddy.tm with a good start again. Oh no, Lvyathan's gone way too when Kimi has the airtime, but actually that kind of works out. Interestingly, has the better airtime. In fact, Lvyathan's already a hit. Interesting lines. I'm not even sure who's even first. So last right now, it's actually very close. Kimi.tm seems to be in flow state right now because he's now currently in the list. We go through that plastic wall as it stands right now. Lvyathan is still just not that far behind. Lvyathan has more speed through these sectors. We go to that last sector. Lvyathan goes up to the dirt section. Who's gonna risk it right here into the final ice sector? Lvyathan's actually gonna win this. Lvyathan's actually gonna win this. He does, and that denies Kimi a chance to be in finals mode himself. And again, on the second chance of asking, Daddy.tm has not made it into finals mode. It's now a double finals mode. Oh wow, we could get a triple finals mode at this time if Kimi does win this one. I don't know what to say if that would happen. Will we see a curse play into the low bracket final for the first time? I have no idea. I mean, I'm not really sure. Daddy.tm doesn't seem to have the best of starts at the moment. Hold on, I have one match that's already done. What we look at, I think Lvyathan and Kimi are ahead yet again. Wow, Kimi with the huge airtime, but he manages to survive. Daddy.tm is nowhere to be found this match. He's like as if he's already conceded this match at the moment. He's way too far behind to even make a mess unless the two players at the top make a mistake. Kimi is the only hope now to prevent Daddy.tm from winning this one. I can't believe Lvyathan has already thrown that away. Who's actually gonna get this? Oh no, okay, Kimi manages to get that 10 point and we are actually into the triple finals. I can't believe this is actually happening right now. My goodness me. This is actually insane right now. This is it. This is the final round. There is no ifs or buts. This is who wins. Oh man, if it all comes to, I don't know, like who's actually gonna get this? I have no idea. Daddy.tm is unfortunate that this is probably his worst match. No one makes a mistake so far, but Kimi.tm might just be the first Chinese player to get this far into the bracket. That's still far from over though. Daddy.tm going for it again. Still alright for Kimi at the moment. Lvyathan is still not quite far behind. He's only losing a bit of time. P10's down on the pack. Daddy.tm really selling it, but not sure if that's the optimal line at the moment. Daddy.tm is still not for Lvyathan's already really languishing, and Kimi's hit the finish. That's not the way we do it. Daddy.tm has hit the wall. Who's actually gonna... Oh my god. Lvyathan actually wins it. I can't believe my eyes. Daddy with a huge mistake at the end. And Kimi for also a huge mistake. And the cursed player has managed to reach into the lower bracket final. GG. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that actually happened, guys. Wow. 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 Oh my god. Can't believe it. Again. This is why I recording this match. Because no one's actually gonna see this. My goodness me. What a match. So I think that should be... Oh, for fuck's sake, Nadio. Alright, let's look at the results for that. What is it? Huh? I need to log. Really? Guess I have to log. Okay, no. What? Oh, wait, yeah, no, that is the one. I'm stupid. Sorry. Well, gonna edit this one. But anyway, in the winners bracket final, Semco and Min are actually Cho and Krisoku now have to go to the consolidation final to have another shot into the grand final. Sky and Kuda are indeed Cho to the lower bracket final. Unfortunately for Gaming Boy, very surprising, and Spear are out of this competition. And as you saw earlier, Huso and Lvyathan, a surprise one, is through to the lower back final. Unfortunately for Daddy.tm, obviously a first timer, is out of the competition together with Kimi. But yeah, that's it for this stage. That's it for me as well. For day 2, if you want to see the rest of the AOTC, you're gonna have to watch the VODs from other sources. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this, and see you on the next one. Bye.